Miracle on the Pacific, a Canadian baseball story. Episode 3, The Orca Breaches.
Well, a happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there in Orca Nation. Crowd is lively today, Casey.
That's right, Jack. Players' moms in the stands today for this special game and special day.
Orcas respond with one of their cleanest games in weeks. Pitching sharp, defense steady, a 4-2 win on a Sunday that needed one.
Hot dogs here!
June baseball now, and would you look at this? Hawaiian shirt night here at Pacifica Field. 42,000 strong, shirts loud, optimism louder.
Jack, I keep waiting for the ghost of Jimmy Buffett himself to show up singing a rousing round of Cheeseburger in Paradise. I'll say this, I've never seen a crowd this ready to fall in love with the team sitting under 500.
Woo! Let's go, Orcas!
Well, thank you again for joining us on this sweltering July afternoon. A matinee win caps a 6-4 homestand.
Jack, you're starting to see this club figure out who they are.
The Pacific Northwest summer was in full swing. In Vancouver, sports fans were still deciding whether this new team was a passing fad or the start of something lasting. But outside British Columbia, the verdict was less romantic. By mid-July, the Vancouver Orcas were still a curiosity. They had spent April sinking, clawed back to even water by the All-Star break, and now stood on the edge of something bigger.
And that's strike 3! Sheffield fans decide in order.
August began with a boom, with Tanner Sheffield dealing on the mound and a new face in the lineup sparking rallies. The Orcas were on fire. Relief pitcher Mikey Whitmore, now a steady late innings arm, was holding leads that would have slipped away in April. Wins stacked on wins. The standings, for the first time all year, started to tilt in their favor.
Yamamura turns on it, way back, and gone!
From the PNE Fairgrounds in East Vancouver, this is Miracle on the Pacific. The Vancouver Orcas were playing a different brand of baseball in August. The same team that limped through April and scraped by in June was now charging headfirst into the season's final months.
Strike 3! Sheffield blows him away with a heater up and in.
On the mound, the rookie from Texas, Tanner Sheffield, had become the anchor Orca skipper Justin George had been searching for since opening day. He'd started the year throwing hard and hoping. Now he was pitching with purpose. Everyone was taking note, including Cameron Mercer, the veteran pitcher who had been in big league clubhouses since before Sheffield graduated high school.
First time I saw the kid pitch in April, he had no idea where the hell half of his stuff was going. Now, he's painting corners, moving hitters' feet, getting swings he never would have got before. For a rookie to make that jump this fast, you don't see that often.
Foothills Field in Calgary, a tidy 6,500-seat ballpark tucked between an industrial strip and the Bow River, home to the Orcas' AAA affiliate, the Calgary Lions. In right field, rookie Tristan Wells, 6 feet even, built like a cornerback and swinging one of the hottest bats in AAA. The Orcas had been keeping tabs on Wells. GM Ryan Adler knew he was something special.
He was hitting .322 in Calgary with gap power, speed, and an arm that turned doubles into singles. He was running the bases like the pitcher had insulted his family. We'd been watching all summer. We just needed the right time.
Sarah Watkins.
In AAA, you see plenty of outfielders with tools, but it's rare to find one who can put all of them together in a way that plays every single night. Wells has the kind of bat speed that lets him get to pitches most guys foul off, and the ability to change his approach mid-at-bat. One trip, he'll pull a fastball into the gap. Next time, he'll go the other way with a breaking ball like he's been doing it for years. Then there's that arm. You test him from second, you're probably heading back to the dugout. His first step reads in the outfielder sharp, which means he's not just reacting, he's anticipating. That's what excites front offices, a complete outfielder who can impact the game in all 3 phases. The only question is whether he can bring that same confidence to a major league park. Because talent's one thing, but showing up under the lights with 42,000 watching and still playing your game, that's what makes the difference.
For Tristan Wells, the call came the next morning.
My phone buzzed. I thought it was my mom. Nope, it was Ryan Adler. Says, pack your bags, kid. Vancouver needs you. I was on the next flight out. Look, you only ever dream about it, right? But it's still a blur. I land in Vancouver, someone's holding a team sign at the airport. Next thing I knew, I'm looking at Pacifica Field.
The next evening, Wells stepped into the Vancouver Orcas clubhouse for the first time. Bright lights, nameplates above every locker, a wall of familiar faces from TV highlights, now just guys lacing up beside him. That night, Wells was welcomed by the clubhouse. For most players, that moment sticks. It's the first time the room decides you belong. For Wells, it was overwhelming. The next morning, Wells went looking for something familiar.
I've been skating since I was a young kid. Started as a way to get out of school. Turned into, I don't know, therapy, I guess? When everything gets loud with media expectations and people screaming your name, this is the one place where none of that follows me. On a skateboard, you can't fake it. You're either balanced or you're not. You mess up, you fall, you get up, you try again. In baseball, there's a lot of waiting. Skateboarding keeps me moving. Keeps me from thinking too far ahead. Because once you start thinking about tomorrow, that's when this game gets dangerous.
Bottom of the 8th. 2 on, 2 out. Tristan Wells digs in. Irvin sets. The 1-0. Driven deep to right. Cruz racing back at the wall. Gone! 3-run shot for Wells. The Orcas take the lead.
Would you look at that? First week in the big leagues and he's already writing headlines. Folks, remember the name Tristan Wells, the kid from Canada. Canada's kid. He just put this ballpark on its feet.
The nickname stuck immediately. From talk radio to newspaper columns, from barroom chatter to kids in the cheap seats. Tristan Wells wasn't just another rookie. He was Canada's kid.
People started saying it like it was a compliment. Canada's kid. And I get it, I really do, but suddenly it felt like I wasn't just playing for myself anymore. Every bad swing, every missed ball, it didn't feel small anymore. I'd look up into the stands and see kids wearing my jersey, and all I could think was, please don't let me be the reason they're disappointed.
But as August continued to prove, disappointment was not in the cards.
Top 6, tie game at 3. Castillo deals. Line drive down and right. That's fair. Rattles into the corner. Higgins scores. Morrison right behind him. Wells coasts into third standing. A 2 RBI triple for the rookie. Top 9, 2 down. Skubal on the mound. First pitch to Wells. Hammered to left center. Jones isn't getting that one. It bounces off the wall. Yamamura scores from first. The Orcas lead. Runner at first, 2 down. Otani with the 1-1. Wells with the drive to center. Pajes on the run. Can't track it down. It one-hops the wall. Higgins being waved home. Throw to the plate. Safe. Orcas walk it off. Wells delivers again.
By month's end, Wells was the heartbeat of a run that had Vancouver dreaming big. In late August, the LA Angels rolled into town for a 3-game series, both teams chasing wildcard spots. For the Orcas, it was a chance to prove the August surge wasn't a fluke.
Top 8, Angels threatening, tying run at the plate. Sheffield's still out there, 1 out from finishing 8 scoreless. The 1-2 to Trout. Swing and a miss! Sheffield blows him away!
The win put the Orcas a half game out of the second wild card, but there was more to come.
Extra innings here, tied at 3. Higgins on first after a leadoff single. Liam Brooks stepping in, 0 for 4 tonight.
But don't let that fool you, Jack. He's been barreling balls all week.
And that's hammered to deep right, to the track. Gone! Brooks walks it off.
People forget Brooksy is 19 because he carries himself like he's been here forever. Calling a game, controlling the run game, then delivering like that, it's stunning.
Brooks is the kind of catcher you can build around. And when you've got him paired with a guy like Tristan Wells, who's been producing, you're looking at a rookie core that's shaping an entire franchise identity. It's so rare to see 2 first-year players feed off each other like this, but it's driving results for them.
The Orcas went on to sweep the Angels, moving into a wild card slot, and their 2 youngest players were right in the middle of it all. The feeling was impossible to miss. Orca Nation was fired up. But with a fired-up fan base comes pressure. Expectations grow louder. Mistakes feel heavier. And for rookies, the margin for error shrinks fast. Tristan Wells.
When you get called up, everybody tells you to just be yourself, but nobody explains who the hell that is. One day, you're fighting for at-bats in the minors. The next, you've got reporters asking you how it feels to represent an entire country. That's a lot to carry. Skating grounds me. Then, one day, Liam Brooks showed up randomly. I'm like, bro, you too? I mean, he wasn't the best, but I didn't care. We immediately bonded. We were in the same boat as rookies. You walk into any professional clubhouse, and everyone's louder and more confident. You don't want to be the weak link. Brooksy and I talked about that. Man, we hung out at the skate park for hours that day. It was a nice breather in the middle of the craze of Orca Nation.
I'm telling you, Brooks and Wells are the future of this team. They'll be here for years.
Man, Akito's day one with me. He is number one, top of the list. No one can be better than him, and everyone else is below him.
I'm just really happy Clayton Cooper is back in the lineup. I missed that guy.
Let's go! Woo! Let's go, Orcas!
Let's go, Orcas! Let's go, Orcas! Let's go, Orcas!
Woo! Let's go, Orcas!
In sports bars across the city, fans argued lineups and bullpen choices like it had been a pastime here for decades. On the SkyTrain, you'd hear strangers comparing Sheffield's fastball to Felix Hernandez's prime. Chip Wheaton.
Walking into Pacifica Field now and feeling that wall of noise before the first pitch, it's the best gamble I ever made. I remember those early press conferences, people smiling politely, but you could see it in their eyes. This will never work. I was told Vancouver was too polite for baseball, too distracted, too wet. But I knew this city. I knew if you gave them a team worth sweating for, that people would show up. I get here early on game days just to walk the concourse and watch the gates open. There's this rush of people and energy, families in Orca caps, kids carrying gloves. You can smell the food stalls firing up, hear buskers outside the gates. And then when you finally step onto the field level and the whole place is buzzing, that's when you know it's real.
Rituals had taken root, the kind that start as a joke and over time take on the weight of superstition. Some were grounded in logic, certain stretches before a start, a particular warm-up song before batting practice, others less so.
Used to be 2 hot dogs before every game, just a little pre-game fuel, right? Then one day in early August, I'm starving, so I grab 4. Go out, go 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. Next day, 4 dogs again. We win. Since then, 4. Every game. Don't ask me why. We're winning, so I'm not changing it. Pass the mustard.
I wear the same socks every game. Haven't washed them since mid-July. And before you ask, Quade Morrison, do these socks smell? Yes! They smell like death. But guess what? I'm hitting .290 since I stopped washing them. That ain't no coincidence. That's science, baby.
I started writing the initials of whoever made the best defensive play of the previous game on my wrist tape. First time I did it, Higgins hit a homer. It was a total accident, but we win the game. So next day I did it again. Then Brooks threw out a guy at second by a mile, and we win again. Now I'm thinking, alright, maybe there's something here. So I keep it going. Sometimes it's an obvious one, like Akito digging a ball out of the dirt in the 9th. Other times, yeah, I'll admit, I'm stretching it. Like when Morrison made a routine fly catch in the first inning, and he gives me this look like, f***ing right, I made that play, so he gets initials too.
I carry 3 first basemen's mitt. If one makes an error, that glove is out for a week. It doesn't get to come out for practice. And I rotate them on a schedule which is very important. People laugh, but it keeps me sharp. You must treat your tool with respect. The guys try to mess with me, mix them around me in my locker. That's bad luck. I'll know right away because the feel of the meat is off.
Canada's kid Tristan Wells had made it a rule. Whoever got the game-winning RBI picked the pre-game playlist the next game. As Tristan reflects, the results were anything but simple.
First week that I made the rule, it was hip-hop all day, every day. Fetty Wap, Playboy Cardi, and a little Chief Keef. I threw in some shad for the hometown crowd.
Next was Kirk Higgins' turn.
I started with I Want It That Way, went into some Bye Bye Bye, followed that up with Wannabe, Spice Girls for Life. Anybody for some Bewitched? What about the Moffats, huh? I love the Moffats.
Even Quade Morrison got his chance to shine.
Bach, Mozart, Beethoven. When I'm in charge, we listen to the classics.
It was a lively and loud time in the Orcas clubhouse, and in a playoff race like this one, owning the room was almost as important as owning the field. By the end of August, the Vancouver Orcas were no longer a curiosity. They were a contender. The rookie outfielder from Calgary was a highlight machine. The 19-year-old catcher was proving he could carry the weight of a lineup and pitching staff. And the city, once hesitant, was now fully on board. Justin George.
I told them, August was fun, but September's where it counts. If you want to play in October, you earn it now. Every inning. That's the deal.
Three months earlier, the Orcas were drowning in an 18-game losing streak. Now, with September looming, they held a wild card spot in their hands. Next time, the Orcas take on the final month of the season. The pressure mounts, and the dream of a playoff berth comes down to the wire. That's in Episode 4 of Miracle on the Pacific.